Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee with a Purpose and our October session, a unique opportunity in non-traditional occupations. My name is Molly Waller, and I am the Executive Director for Youth Solutions, the nonprofit that inspires and connects youth to achieve a future beyond imagination. Today, I am enormously honored to be joined by my co-moderator and new BFF, Katrina Springer Fiddler, the diversity and inclusion champion and head storekeeper at Consumers Energy. On our pre-call, Katrina and I hit it off from the very beginning, and you may see us during this session doing something that we call celebration. So you just saw Katrina do it, and if you see it more, please feel free to join in, because celebrating the stories of our young people and their non-traditional pathways to careers is an exciting topic and one that we know can impact thousands of other youth across the state of Michigan. Speaking of these panelists, Katrina and I are both honored to be joined by Cheyenne Holcomb, Isabel Bernard, and Lizzie Mosley. Unfortunately, our fourth panelist, Guadalupe Soto, wasn't feeling well this morning and won't be joining us. However, her story is a wonderful one as well, and we'll be sure to share it on our social media. We wish her a quick recovery, and we look forward to hearing from the rest of the panel in just a moment. As I mentioned, this is a wonderful and unique topic that we're focusing on. Coincidentally, or not coincidentally, maybe planned, this is Manufacturing Month and Careers in Energy Month, both important high-demand industries here in the state of Michigan, and both with great job opportunities. I was particularly excited about this particular Coffee with a Purpose because I did follow a traditional career path. However, my first job in this path was definitely less than traditional. I have a degree in communications, but my first job out of college was actually driving the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. It was a spokesperson job, but I drove around the country in that 23-foot long giant hot dog that you've all seen, connecting with people and sharing stories and bringing smiles to faces. So while it may have been a communications job, it certainly was a non-traditional format. With that said, I'm excited to hear from our co-moderator and our amazing panelists, because we are all kindred spirits. And now I would like to formally turn the floor over to Katrina, who brings a wealth of knowledge to today's topic as a 31-year employee at Consumers Energy. And you talk about some non-traditional roles. Some of her titles have been electric line worker, gas utility worker, semi-driver, and others. While I know we don't have time for Katrina to tell us her entire story, we do know that she has had some really unique roles. We want her to share a little bit right now and then more as we go through the day. Katrina, welcome and celebrations to you, my friend.
Well, I want to thank you, Molly, for having me, and your team and your family for inviting me to be with you today and with the panelists today. I'm very excited to be here. I want to take the opportunity to hear, it's great to hear and take an opportunity to hear from young people like this who have taken the road less traveled, and to share my story to encourage them, and for them to also share their story and their pursuit in their future careers. But first, I would like to introduce our esteemed JMG panelists, that's Jobs for Michigan Graduates panelist, Cheyenne Holcomb, a junior at, help me out, Cheyenne.
Nagai High School.
Nagai High School, thank you very much. And she also attends Marquette Alger Technical Middle College, actively pursuing an interest in welding. Wow, that's amazing. And then I'd like to introduce Isabel Bernard. She was a salutatorian of her 2021 graduating class from Superior Central High School. Currently, she is a grade 13 student at Marquette Alger Technical Middle College, pursuing an Associates of Applied Science in the Automotive Technology. Great job. I love that. And then Miss Lizzie Mosley, a 2020 graduate of Pershing High School, who is a student athlete playing basketball at Schoolcraft College, and she has an interest in the skilled trades. I love that. I want to just take the time right now to thank you all for being here. You have over 70, 75 attendees joining us today to listen to your stories, who are eager to listen and learn from you. We appreciate the opportunity for listening to you today. I just want to say, yeah, go ahead.
If I can call a quick ad lib, it does look like our fourth panelist, Guadalupe, has been able to join us. Guadalupe, welcome. If you want to stay off camera, be on camera, that's totally up to you. But we did see that you joined us, and we want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself.
Thank you.
No, she is not here. This is Sheena Sappho. I don't know why my link had her name on it. I apologize.
Okay. Okay. Well, Sheena, please let Guadalupe know that we wish her the best. I know that she wasn't feeling well this morning. And welcome to the session. That's great. Then we know how to do this moving forward. So we love ad libs, or what do you call it? Audibles. Geez, I'm a football fan and I didn't know that. All right, Katrina, back to you.
All right. So what I was saying is I just want to let people know that the workforce has many female and male dominated professions. Despite gender dominance, any gender can apply and gain entry into any position with the right qualifications. That's very important to know. I myself, I'm an example of that. A non-traditional job is an occupation that is primarily employed by one gender. For example, if one gender comprises less than 25% of the individuals employed in a certain job, it is considered non-traditional for that gender. In other words, one gender has one more representation than the other, which makes it a non-traditional job. For that gender, that's underrepresented. Examples of some non-traditional careers for women are electricians, welders, firefighters, automotive technicians, and some computer technicians, and even linemen. And for men, usually it's like a dental assistant, a nurse, occupational therapist, paralegal. That's actually what I went to college for when I began my career, and I haven't used it yet. So those are several examples. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Molly.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Katrina. I definitely look forward to hearing more about your story later. And I want to thank everyone for joining us. As if you participated with us before, please use the chat function. We'll be dropping questions into the script. Hopefully we'll have lots of time for those. So hope everyone has a fresh cup of coffee or water or Red Bull or whatever your preference is. And let's go on to the introductions of our young folks. Let's start with Cheyenne.
Hi, I'm Cheyenne Holcomb. I'm a junior at Nagani High School. I'm also a welding student at Northern Michigan University through the Marquette Elder Technical Middle College.
Welcome, Cheyenne. Isabel?
Hello, my name is Isabel Bernard. I'm a grade 13 student of the JMG program, and I am in the automotive technology program pursuing my associates.
Welcome. And Lizzie?
Hello, everybody. My name is Lizzie Mosley, and I attend Schoolcraft College in Livonia, Michigan, and I play for the women's basketball team.
Fantastic. All right, Katrina, let's go ahead and get into our questions. Oh, you're on mute, my friend.
Thank you. I have to remember to do that. Thank you so much. Let's get into it. Let's come on in the room. Let's get right into the heart of it, okay? So let's talk unique opportunities in a non-traditional career. Our outstanding panelists have interest in or have chosen to pursue non-traditional careers. Yes, 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 ladies. I love it. I love it. When you think of your future career, you need to consider not only your skills and interests, but also have a plan to pursue your chosen profession. So let's get it, panelists. To begin, I would like to ask the whole entire panelists briefly, tell us the career you are pursuing and how you became interested in that field of work. Cheyenne, we're going to start with you, and then we'll go to Lizzie.
Well, I'm going into the welding field. I originally got interested in it because Northern Michigan University offered a Women in Construction Day where grades 9 through 12 had the opportunity to go to Northern for the day and try out different trades fields. And so the event, there was different stations and you went to every one. One station was woodworking, one was welding. So my current welding teacher, Mr. Bell, was in the welding room and my group went in there and I'm like, I don't have to do this. I'm good. I'll watch. And he's like, no, you're doing this. And so I eventually did it. And after I showed him my piece, because everyone welded like a little flower with nuts, bolts, and washers. And so afterwards he's like, oh, that's really good. You should like try welding next year for a class. I'm like, okay, I'll think about it. And so that's how I originally got interested into the welding field.
I love it. I love it. I love it. We have that here at Consumers, and it's our gas cathodic. So you should look into that too. I love that. And like I told you before, I love it. Like I love that when I was welding, and then I loved electrofusion. One of my favorite things to do. Just give you a different feel. So Lizzie, let's get to you. How did you figure out what you wanted to do? Tell us a little bit about that.
Honestly, it was like a very tough decision because everything that I do now, I love to do, and including like construction and playing basketball. But like as much as I love construction, I felt like my heart was with basketball. Like I'm gonna always be a builder because that's just like a skill you can take anywhere. But basketball is like something I can't do forever. So if I pursue it right now, then later on in life, when I can't pursue it anymore, I can go to my next plans. You feel me? So basically, I became interested in graphics and art designs, which is my major right now. Like as a kid, my dad used to like draw me like a lot of pictures and stuff, and I kind of just like picked up on it. And now I like draw and I make digital designs and stuff. I make all types of flyers and stuff. So that's how I got interested in my field of work right now. And then I guess I'll tell you guys a little bit more about my construction field a little later.
All right, I love that. I love that. You staying ready to be ready, having that plan, A, B, C, and all the way to Z. I love it. I love it. And Miss Isabel, beautiful name, Miss Isabel. Love it. Tell us a little bit about your journey to finding out what you wanted to do.
So I'm in the automotive program, and it was my junior year of high school when I was changing my career path from veterinarian, and I had no clue what I wanted to do. But I've been working with cars with my father for my whole life. It's kind of a skill I've slowly obtained and had enjoyed doing since I was a child. And then the JMG program that was offered. You could join and take automotive courses. And pretty much I just told myself, I could do that. And from there, I joined the classes and I was like, this is pretty awesome. And then I was like, I'm going to do this for a living. I'm going to pursue this. And since then, I've just been working really hard with my dad and with my professors. And I've grown to really love working on cars, even though it's a pain in the butt sometimes.
Well, I'll bring you mine so you can practice on mine, okay? But we also have our fleet team here at Consumers Energy, and come on into the family, be in the fold. We love it. We just love it. I'm going to turn it back to Cheyenne. Tell me about has your family and friends been very supportive of your decision in going into welding?
Yes and no. My dad has always been happy with any choice I've really made. He's always been there and was like, yeah, good job, you can do it. And he's just always been okay with all my decisions. And my mom has been kind of more, you could go into a normal college degree. She's always wanted me to get a college degree. And with Marquette Elger Technical Middle College, I will be getting an associate's degree in my welding field. And so I remember one time we were driving and she brought up the conversation of college. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try, because it was my sophomore year my sophomore year, and the applications for the middle college came out, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna sign up for this and for welding because I really enjoy this. And she's like, but there's these other college opportunities that you could do. And she was really trying to push me to a different normal college path. And I'm like, and when I first went to sign up for my classes to do freshman year to go to sophomore year, and I signed up for welding, she's like, but you don't really need that. What if you don't enjoy it? I'm like, well, I'm gonna try it because I tried it at Northern Michigan University and I enjoyed it there, so I'll do it as a class. And if I really enjoy it, then I can pursue it. And if I don't, then I tried it. And so when I tried it and the applications came out, it was probably a third or 3/4 of the way through the year. And I'm like, I really enjoy this. This is what I want to do. And my dad's like, go for it. And he helped me the entire way. And my mom was like, but there's these other careers. I'm like, I'm just going to try this. This is what I want to do. And so I did it. I got accepted. And she started to come more around to it because I think she understands a little bit more about how it works. But she's always wanted us kids to get a college degree. And now that I'm doing it, she's like, there's these other ones that are normal. But she's coming around.
Well, for us, it's normal. I had the same thing with my dad. My dad, when I first became a lineman, he's like, because he was a lineman all of his career here at Consumers Energy. And he's like, you're not doing that. I'm like, yes, I am. And then we just went back and forth. And I told him, just like you did, let me try it. Let me see if I like it. And if it's not working out, I'll move on to something normal. But you know what? This is our normal. And I'm glad that you're coloring outside the lines. You're not staying inside that box. You go, girl. So I'm going to go to Isabel. What supports have you received to have to help you towards your associate's degree in the automotive technology?
Well, I received a very great deal of support from my family, especially my father. My dad has supported me very greatly through all my choices and decisions with working in automotive. He's been kind of the one to there are multiple times in the past few years where I was about to quit because I was just unhappy for a couple multiple reasons, and the course I was taking wasn't helping. But he would always tell me, he's like, it's going to be hard. He's like, but I know you're a smart kid and I know you can get through it. I know you can do it. He's like, you've proven yourself time and time again that you can do it. He's like, why would you quit now just because things are a little hard? And he would tell me, he's like, you don't have to be good at everything. You can choose an area in automotive and specialize in just that if you want. He's like, or you can specialize in all of them. He really just helped keep my hopes up for it because was challenging. I'm very hard on myself and he's very aware of that. And he's really helped keep my spirits up and just tell me that I can do it. And he's never once told me, well, you could go do something easier, because he knows I'm capable. And my mother as well, when I was given the opportunity to join JMG, she really helped me with just keeping me motivated to do it, because I almost didn't go in and do it because I was afraid it would be too hard and I wouldn't be good enough at it. But she really told me, she was like, go for it. She's like, what's the worst that happens? Like, she told me, she's like, just go for it and let's see how it works. And then last minute I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. And I've also received a great deal of support from my one professor who's known me the longest, Mr. Randall Klitzky. He has very much supported me through the past 3 years, really pushed me to find my confidence. And I feel like I really wouldn't be as confident as I am right now in my courses if I didn't have him pushing me the way he did since I was a junior. So a lot of thanks to him as well.
I love hearing that. You know what? You're giving me goosebumps. You're giving me the goosely goosebumps. I'm telling you, your dad just inspired me. Okay, I can do all things. Come on now, let's get it, girl. I love it. I love it. This panel is amazing. Hello, hello. You feeling me, Molly? Okay, so Miss Lizzie, let me ask you this: while you're in high school and you were exposed to the skilled trades, how did that shape your current education and career path? Very interested in that. Give us the tea.
Okay, so while I was in high school, I attended Randolph Career Technical Center, and I attended the masonry class, and I'm certified to lay brick as a 1-year student. And I had went to Skills USA and did a couple competitions, and it helped me in like where I'm at right now, because even as a college student, I still do construction with the jobs that I'm in right now. So like I would go to Idlewild, Michigan every weekend, and we'll go up there. And Idlewild is like it's a historical landmark basically, and like people haven't been taking care of the land. So I work with Healthy Kids Incorporated, and we go up there and we restore the land and the buildings and stuff, and we just make everything, look how it should look instead of how it's not supposed to look. So, you know, that is like the skills that I learned in high school is like not something that I can just, learn and then forget. It's something that sticks with me for life. So I think it's gonna help me throughout my life, period. But that's how it shaped my education or like helped me with my career that I do now. But basketball, because I'm still do construction as well.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You know what? I know where you're talking about in Idlewild. I went there. Used to have property up there myself, and I love that place. It gives me peace and serenity. So thank you for what you do to bring those properties back to what they used to be, because it is a beautiful place and it is very historic. So people out there in the world don't know about it, look it up. Idlewild, Michigan. You'll learn a lot. I love it. So I got one more question for the whole entire panel. Do any of you have a mentor or someone you look up to in your chosen fields to help support or motivate you along the way? Cheyenne, we're going to start with you on that one.
I do. My Mr. Bell, my welding instructor, and also my CAD teacher, he's always supported me. He was the one that truly tried to get me to start doing it at Northern. That day at Northern, he's like, yeah, you should really try this out. And ever since then, I was like, okay, so I tried it. And the first day, it was great. And he's always just supported me throughout my career these last like 2 years, year and a half. And it's just, he's just always supported me and doesn't really care that I'm a girl. So it's really nice.
All right. Thank you, Cheyenne. Lizzie, let's ask you, who's motivating you in your career path here?
Okay, I'm gonna try to make this quick because I really have 4 mentors, but I'm gonna make it as quick as possible. Okay, so one, because I play college basketball, my head college coach, she's like my second mother, and she helps me with like anything, if it's like on the court, off the court, or just like life skills in general. I have a mentor at the DAC. She actually helped me pick my college and like narrow down the pros and the cons and why I should attend here. But she basically let me pick on my own, but she gave me like life skills pertaining to like basketball and stuff. I have a mentor at Healthy Kids, and she just she helps me like with studying and stuff because she's already been through college. So everything that I struggle with now, she basically kind of helps me with that. And my high school coach, who's just like another mom, she just pushes me and won't stop pushing me. So
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Man, you do it. It takes a village. It really does. It takes a village. And I can testify to that. I got a village behind me. And sometimes people don't know who your village is. You know, when you fit down, look to that village to pull you up and to get you through. Miss Isabel, what about you?
I'd say I had two people who really motivated me. That would be my father and my professor, Mr. Klitsky. My father, of course, my whole life has always told me I am capable of just anything I want to do, and has told me like various times, because I used to get down because I worked in the male dominating field since I was really young. I helped with my father in construction actually for most of my life. And I'd sometimes get down on myself if I didn't know something, and he would tell me kind of just off the side, he'd be like, hey, you're actually a better worker than most guys I've ever worked with. So kind of that little nudge of confidence that he'd give me, which would make me feel bad because I felt intimidated, and I felt that if I messed up, then I'd instantly be looked down on because I was a woman. So he'd always motivate me, being like, don't even think about what anyone else is saying to you. It's like, if they're saying that, it's like, let them say it. What you choose to do is what you choose to do, and no one else can change that unless you decide to believe what they say. Just believe in yourself and focus on yourself, and other people, they can do whatever they want.
That's
And
right. That's right. Go ahead.
And oh, sorry. And just my professor, Mr. Klitsky, like I said, since I've joined the program, he has been pushing me really to just come out of my shell. I was very quiet, had zero confidence in what I was doing. Anything I was doing, I was like, I'm gonna break something. I feel like I was gonna break something. So he really pushed me, be like, you have to do this, or be like, you have to work by yourself. And just really, I really was able to open up this year and really feel like I can call myself a technician almost. He's really pushed me to that point, and I really have to thank him for that.
Well, I appreciate those answers. I mean, I love it. You know, you all are letting your light shine, and you got some great people helping you through, mentoring you through, and it's really, I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm telling you. And I want to ask one more question of you guys. With the support that you've received, what do you feel is needed for those pursuing non-traditional careers? What advice can you give somebody? I'm gonna start with you, Isabel. What do you think? What do you think the support is needed for those who may be thinking about, maybe I want to, draw outside that line. I want to go this way, not the way that everybody says I should. What advice can you give to somebody?
Advice that I would give to someone, be it a boy or a girl, is that when going into a field, try not to look at it, separate it by gender. Because I know, of course, there's male dominating, field dominating fields, but try to just go in as yourself. Try not to single yourself out too much, because really that kills confidence, and that can really kind of just waver what you're trying to do. And as well, just focus on yourself. Don't focus, if someone else is being negative towards you, it's like, that's the unconfident person just trying to bring you down to their level, and don't let them do that. As well as just stay true to yourself, and don't feel like you have to change. I feel like a lot of people, if they go into different fields, sometimes they feel they need to change themselves, sometimes their personality. I see this a lot in girls who feel they need to put on a more male personality as in a male dominating field. I've seen that with some people. I even saw it in myself when I first joined. I saw myself changing in certain ways because I wanted to be accepted. But really, just be yourself, accept yourself, and you're going in to do this for you. You're not going in to do it to whatever this guy or this person. Just do it for yourself. Love what you're doing. Everyone else, if they're being negative, just put them behind you. They're honestly not worth your time.
I love it. I love it. I wear my nails all the time. That always reminds me. It's like, how do you do everything with nails? It's an extra finger. What about you, Lizzie? What about you? What advice can you give somebody that might be on the fence or thinking about it? What are your thoughts?
I say like if you love something and you're like super passionate and it's something you really, really want to do, don't let nobody stop you from, pursuing what you want to do. Like do what your heart desire. Don't let nobody, you know, let you stray from your path. Like don't any outside people who don't wish you well, like those are the type of people you have to cut out your circle. You only should keep people in your circle who's like people who's gonna uplift you, motivate you, and basically kind of keep you in check as well, so you can have a good life for yourself.
I like that. I like that. Keep your eye on the prize and stay focused. I love that. What about you, Miss Cheyenne? You're looking all quiet over there. I haven't forgot about you, girl. Come on into the room. What you thinking? Give us some advice. Give us a nugget.
I think that if you are trying to pursue a non-traditional career or even just any career, you have to have the self-willingness to push through, knowing that there will always be someone behind you looking down on you for what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're in the same, like a non-traditional career or a traditional career. Like there will always be someone out there who thinks negatively and badly, and you just have to know that you yourself are fully capable of pushing through, and that it doesn't matter what someone else says about you because you know you are capable of it.
I love that. I love that. I'll tell you what, when people tell me I can't, I'm going to figure out why I can't. And usually I figure out, I can. So, you know what? I love the people who give me that haterade, So with that, I want to thank you ladies for helping me out and giving me some of your nuggets. I love it. I'm going to turn it over to Molly so she can ask you a few questions as well. I'm going to share you girls with her. All right.
Thanks, Katrina. And yes, great comments and wonderful life lessons. So we know that women in traditionally male-dominated jobs is becoming more common as men in female-dominated jobs, but there are still some gender biases. And in the chat, Mickey Mortimer, one of our great partners, listed a term called failure lock. Failure lock meaning I have to find the perfect job, and that's all. And that blocks you out from so many other opportunities. Each of the three of you have found a way to not subscribe to failure lock, but we're aware that there are biases that sometimes you do face and challenges. So let's dive into that a little bit with Cheyenne first. Only 4% of the current welding workforce is made up of ladies. What was it like walking into your first welding class?
So my first year in welding class, I was a sophomore. And I had got to class early and I was sitting in the back corner trying to hide. I was all dressed up nice. I was like, I'm here, but like, do I really want to be here? And so I was just like really worried that like, what if they laugh at me? Like, I was so worried with all the what ifs, like, what if they laugh at me? What if they don't accept me? What if they like make snide comments? And so I sat in the back corner of the room and Mr. Bell walked in and he started putting a seating chart out so he could take attendance. And I don't think most of the guys realized I was there and was there to stay until he set the seating chart up. I was like the second person in the seating chart, but I moved seats and I was like, okay, whatever. And no one actually made any snide comments my first year. I always will get the looks, I think, that the look of, what is she doing here? What's happening? Like, what's going on? But I know with myself that I don't care what they think. I've moved past that. I've moved past the what ifs. I've accepted that I can do this and I'm fully capable of doing it. And so walking in this year to class, I walked in head held high and I chose a seat right in the middle. And the guys still give me looks. This year's freshman year, first year guys have been giving me lots of looks because me and Mr. Bell have a good relationship. And so I'm always like, Mr. Bell, I need help. And they'll look at me like, what is she doing? Like, is she okay? And I'll just look at them back and like, I don't care. I need help. So
Good.
that's
You're actually
that's it.
probably unknowingly, you're becoming a bit of a mentor to them. They don't know that yet, but good for you. Good for you for staying in there and for believing in yourself, because you have it in you. Very, very proud of you. Lizzie, will you share with us any challenges that you faced either as a female athlete or in the skilled trade pathways?
Some of the challenges that I face like on a day-to-day basis, like whether it's like dealing with basketball or construction, is gender dropping. Because of the way I present myself, most people think I'm a dude sometimes, which is definitely not the case. So like in the construction field, some people may mistake me for a boy, which is like, it's okay, because I know some people just actually don't know, which is fine. But like in the girls' locker room, if I walk in the locker room, all the ladies are just like look at me like I don't belong there. So it's just like, yeah. But like gender dropping is the biggest thing that I face when it comes to like construction or being on or off the court. In the construction field, nobody like in my class, nobody really looked at me like a different way, because like all my classmates were basically like people that I went to school with and just a few people from other schools. But everybody in the class knew that I was better than them. So they kind of just looked up to me and asked me for help. But yeah, gender dropping is like the only thing that I really faced when it came to like construction or basketball or anything.
Yeah, and that's it's sad that you have to face challenges. And I think since you have so many wonderful mentors around you and your own inner strength, you're extremely mature, and I can tell that you're gonna go with the flow, and okay, you're gonna be very successful. And I love that people look up to you in your class. That's absolutely delightful. Keep being you. Now I want to turn over to Isabel. Are there many other females at your school pursuing a degree in auto tech, and are you treated any differently because you are a girl?
There is one more girl currently. She's in the high school program. I have not had the pleasure to meet her, of course, because I'm a full-time college student now. And as far as problems, I've actually received no trouble, no criticism from anyone I've met, be it strangers, family, students. We have a pretty, our automotive class is, we're all pretty, it's pretty tight knit. There's never really a lot of new people, so we all kind of know each other in a way. So we're always all kind of joking around and comfortable with each other. I've never once gotten the looks of being like, why are you here? You're a girl. Because there's only 4 of us in the college program right now. And so no criticism or anything from guys, though something I did pick up and start noticing with a couple of girls while I was in high school and when I was starting college courses in my past semester was competition between women, trying to prove themselves to be more capable than the other girl, to be more accepted by the guys. And I had that. I was partnered with someone and we had an assignment. I won't mention her name because she's a really nice girl and I do really like her. But she didn't know how to do something. So I was like, here, I'll show you. And I didn't look down on her being like, oh, you don't know how to do that. I'm better than you. I was like, here, I'll show you. Because at one point I didn't know how to do that. And I was embarrassed about it. So I showed her, I was like, this is how you do it. And then she started coming over to my work being like, I'm going to check your work, make sure you did it correctly. And that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. And I was like, I turned to her, I was like, you're not.
Oh, no. I think Isabel is frozen. We'll give her a minute to connect back in. I am not frozen, correct? Okay. Okay. We'll come back and have Isabel contribute to, there she is. Are you back with us, Isabel?
I'm sorry, did I cut out?
It did shortly cut out. So the young person was basically trying to make sure that she too had the right answers and kind of one up you.
She was essentially trying to check the work that I taught her how to do. And it was a very simple task. So it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, being like, I just showed you how to do this. And I saw that between just some other girls that were a little younger than I was, that just they the thing that they were trying to do more so was they thought they know something, but they really didn't, but weren't really trying to accept it.
Sure.
And sometimes they were just competing with each other, being like, I can just this, I can do that. But then sometimes it was just a bit of a mess, honestly. But I only saw that with a couple. Other than that, if I've worked with other girls, we're always like super honest and just it's enjoyable. But with some, I've noticed in women, they do try to be competitive, to try to be seen as an equal to a man or approved by it and being like, hey, I'm better than her. It's like, so I'm on your level.
Right.
So that's mostly what I've seen.
Yes, and I think it actually leads great into the next question, which is for Lizzie. Do you think it's becoming more common for genders to cross the lines into careers typically designated for the other traditional gender? And are you seeing more of that?
I do. Actually, I do see more women crossing over to like a male dominant area, which is definitely not a bad thing because anything that a man can do, a woman can do just the same or maybe even better for real. Like I feel like it's a saying, like everybody know the saying, like this is a man's world, but really it's not really a man's world because I can do everything you can do, which means it's not really a man's world. Because if that's the case, then if it's a man's world, why can't women do the same thing men can do?
Yeah. And I think
That doesn't go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say that doesn't make any sense. Like
Right. Right. I think this is our world, and
Yeah.
each of us should follow the path that we feel is most right for us, and regardless of what that is. And so, Cheyenne, do you feel that the current societal awareness of gender equality and gender diversity, do you think that will help you pursue your career in welding?
I think that the fight for equality is becoming stronger, and people are becoming more determined to prove that yes, everyone can do this, and it doesn't matter what gender you are. And guys are, I think, starting to realize that yeah, girls can do this and they're good at this and they can help. And they're, I think, fighting a little bit more for girls and for welding, girls to come in and do this. I can see some of the guys are like, yeah, she's good, she can do this. So I don't think that I think the fight will always be there, but I think it's definitely getting less of a fight.
That's awesome. And definitely as time goes by, I think we're going to continue to see more of that. And something that I like hearing is for all three of you, you do seem to have a lot of camaraderie and support, not just in your mentors, but in your classmates and your coworkers. And that certainly will continue to help raise all of us to be the best that we can be. And so I think another benefit of pursuing a non-traditional career is that it paves the way for others to follow this path. And our wonderful co-moderator has a lot of experience in leading the way and having others follow in her path. And so I wanted to ask Katrina if she wouldn't mind sharing some of her experiences as a lady in some roles that you've held at Consumer Energy, and to offer the panel advice on how do you maneuver through your career and you become that leader that you know others will follow.
Well, thank you very much, Molly. And again, I want to say I'm very inspired today by these young ladies. You know, it takes me back. You know, I'm 52 years old. I don't mind telling my age. And I think about when I was their age, what was I thinking about? And how I was thinking about different things. And I had the mentors and stuff that Isabel mentioned, and Lizzie and Cheyenne all mentioned, people that were inspiring me. I think I told you, Molly, about a teacher that I had in high school, and I was a class clown. Kind of still resonates with me today, but I was a class clown, and I was in a program called Upper Bound, and it was a college preparatory program. And and the only reason I did it is because they paid you to do it. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And so when I got into that program, he told me, Robert Hurd, who is a deacon at my church right now, he told me, he said, you know what, you're going to be the best fry cook that McDonald's ever had. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, because you're a class clown. And if you keep acting up like this and don't get yourself together, that's what you're going to do. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And so then I finally got my job at Consumers Energy with the inspiration of my dad telling me, you better go get you a good job, because I had a child at the time, my eldest son. And I got into Consumers Energy, and I started there as a pony driver, driving around mail and stuff like that. Then I finally got a job as a janitor, and then on from a janitor to a meter reader, a line worker. Spent the majority of my time in the line department, learning how to do that job. I was able to, I had some hard times, because at that time, that was not a place, from what I was being told, for a female. That was one reason why my father told me, you're not doing that, because he had done that role. And I told him, let me try. And he allowed me to try. And it ended up, I loved it. I loved rolling around in the mud. I loved climbing the poles and doing all those things. And then I wanted a career, a change in my career. Which Consumers Energy allows you to do that. You can do so many things. There's a plethora of things you can do at Consumers Energy. And a position became available where I was able to go and be go to gas distribution, where I was introduced to welding and electrofusion and things of that nature. Then I went to gas service, where I was able to learn how to fix furnaces and do gas leaks and things of that nature. And then I did that job over in Lansing. Then I was a mother of 3 children, a single mother of 3 children. And I was commuting back and forth to Lansing, and my kids were getting older, and I had to put more parenting into them. And so I came back to Grand Rapids. And when I came back, I learned how to drive a semi-tractor trailer, 18-wheeler. That was my way back into Grand Rapids. So then with that, I became a storekeeper, and then a head storekeeper, where I was in charge of the inventory and leading at least 18 people in that department, in charge of at least $80 million to $100 million worth of material for Consumers Energy. And I had to make sure I knew where everything was and all of that. And along with that, I was parenting. Along with that, I became a union steward on our different wellness teams, guidance team, grassroots guidance teams, and Fix It Now teams. And then I got a call to action from my union leaders and my mentor now and co-chair, Mr. Nathan Waters. He asked me, he says, we got this thing called DE&I, diversity, equity, inclusion. We want you to be a champion for that. We want you to we want you to go around the company and listen to the people and try to help and mitigate issues that they may be having, and make sure that everybody feels included, and make sure that diversity, equity, and inclusion is embedded into everything that we do here at Consumers Energy. So my journey has been long. It's lengthy. They call me legacy. I love it. You know, I'm the eldest of my team. I have a great team of people that I work with. My field leader, Jordan Walker, love her to death. You know, I've never worked. I tell people that here at Consumers Energy, we have what they call an 89-day probationary period. I think that diversity, equity, inclusion champion is the job that I have been waiting for my whole career here. And I think I've been on probation for 31 years. And I love it because I have a team and a group that I work with that I can actually call my family. Everybody's my family, but I really feel like I found my place. This is my niche. And so the only thing I can say to you, to this young panel and anybody else that's out there listening, I said it before and I'll say it again, always draw outside the lines, color outside the box. Someone may paint a picture of you in a certain way, but make sure that when they're painting that picture of you, they know that you can move around a little bit, that you got different poses to yourself, if that makes sense to you. I'm not what you think I am, because I have more to give. And always bring your best self to work and know that it's okay to not be okay. and always be willing to move that needle to be the best that you can be. Okay? And be bold. Just be bold. Be bold. And always remember you are blessed. So that's what I have to say to the ladies today. So I got, go ahead, Molly.
So it's so inspirational. I'm knowing that we have a few minutes left. Okay with you, Katrina, I think I'm going to jump to a question from the audience.
Go ahead.
So we've heard all of these wonderful stories, and that some folks had great support systems and some had some that maybe took a while to get on board. We know that for a lot of other young people, they don't have the support, and they're really experiencing folks saying, don't do that, don't go into that. With the experiences that you have under your belt, what advice would you provide to other youth looking to pursue either skilled trades or a more or less traditional field? And so, Cheyenne, I'd love to start with you.
I think I would tell them that as long as you can support yourself and you know that you can do it, that you can push through the boundaries of other people, that it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. As long as you know within yourself that you can do it and you can be like proud of yourself and push forward, that it doesn't really matter who's on your side and who's not. Because there will always be people looking down on you. Doesn't matter if you're a guy, a girl, what field you're in, what career you chose. There will always be someone out there that's not with you. There will probably be some silent people off to the side that'll be cheering you on, but you may not know that. It doesn't matter if you know that or not, as long as you know within yourself that you can do it.
That's powerful, very powerful. All right, Isabel, anything you'd like to add to what Cheyenne said?
She almost said everything I was going to say, honestly.
Huh?
But honestly, it's really just stay true to yourself and try your best to be as confident as possible. Even if you're not, even if you're not feeling so confident, maybe this person is rubbing you the wrong way. You are feeling maybe I'm not capable, but you still want to go for it. Sometimes you really just gotta, sometimes the saying fake it till you make it really is true, because I had to do that a little bit. And it's really just be true to yourself. If you want to do it, do it. What other people say and think, they're not the deciders of your fate and your future. Because one day down the road, if you listen to them, one day you might regret it. Be like, why did I listen? Why the heck would I change something based on what that one person said, their one narrow-minded opinion towards me? You don't base your life off other people. And it's like, at the end of the day, the person that's going to support you the most, like Sharon said, is going to be yourself. It's going to be you. If you're not giving yourself that support, you're going to let all those other people bring you down. It's just honestly just those people that are talking bad about you, they belong right behind you because you're already above them, just being the person that you are. Just go after what you want. It doesn't matter if it's male dominating, female dominating. I personally don't care. I believe that boundary needs to at one point be broken and demolished because we're people. There's no difference between all of us.
Yeah, we're people. Thank you. Your maturity is just so impressive. All of you guys are inspirations. Lizzie, anything you'd like to add?
Yes. So being a person who comes from like a background where I kind of wanted, I like kind of wanted my parents' support, wanted my family support. Like when it came to like basketball or like any activity I did, I put myself in a lot of activities so that I could, get noticed. I wanted that attention, but unfortunately I didn't get it for real. So like my coaches or like people at the school were like people who like kind of uplifted me, my friend group, the people I hung around. So basically you don't have to always like, I know that you like want support from like certain people and sometimes you don't always get what you want. So you gotta love yourself and you gotta, persevere and you gotta fight through all of the hard obstacles. Like you gotta do it for yourself. You can't do it for nobody else. It's all about you. It's not about them, Yeah, they kind of said it all though.
I think the three of you have said it absolutely beautifully. And I want to just make a couple comments, and then I really want to provide you guys with the last word because you are our stars. So a little bit of important things just to share. Youth Solutions as an organization is about inspiring and connecting youth to a future beyond imagination. If you've heard anything here today and you want to learn more, please reach out to us and please visit our website at artsolutions.org. We also want to thank today's sponsors of our event, which includes some of our phenomenal employer partners who are on the phone with us. Lions Industries, Westrock, the Michigan College Access Network, Vail Rubber Works, Operating Engineers 324, and a host of other folks for making it possible to bring this to you today and for providing opportunities to these very impressive youth. And I know all of you guys will be in competition to see who can land these three great people in their careers. And we want to extend our appreciation to everyone in the audience for your time and interest. We'll be sending out information about our next Coffee with a Purpose, which will be in November, and it'll be another dynamic panel. But I really think the best way to round this out is to turn it over to our three young people and Katrina. And Katrina, first, I'd like to start with you. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to meet you in person someday. You are too an inspiration, and you said you've been inspired by us, but the same is true right back at you. What final comment or advice would you share with the group?
I just want to say thank you for having me today. I appreciate you. And again, I say the girls have inspired me. Your stories have inspired me. Only thing I can say from here on out, like they've said already, stay on your path, stay focused, let your light shine. You don't have to prove anything to anybody, because if you're doing it right, you know what? Your light is going to shine no matter where you go. And even when you don't know it, people are watching. Trust me, people are watching, and just do the right thing and just stay focused, and know that you are not alone. You're never alone.
Fantastic. Isabel, final thoughts? Anything else you want us to know about this topic?
As far as just
Anything that's, yeah, anything else you want us to know about you and your career?
I won't say much more about my career, but just that if you do want to pursue automotive or any of those fields, I really advise you to just go for it. And don't let your defining factor be that it's a male or female dominating field, or that people are telling you you shouldn't do that, it's too feminine or it's too masculine. Please just do what you want in life, because that's going to make you happy, and your happiness comes first, not other people's unwanted opinions.
Beautiful. Lizzie, any other advice or things you want to share?
First, I would like to thank everybody who gave me this opportunity. Everybody who, offered me a job in the construction field, OE2, operation engineers. I remember the numbers, but I would like to thank them as well. My JAG teacher, Sheena Safo, all of you guys. Thank you for, inspiring me and uplifting me throughout my journeys. And for people who want to pursue non-traditional or traditional, like Isabel said, just go for it. Don't let nobody deter you from your path. Strive for greatness.
Some great sound bites. This is fantastic. Cheyenne.
I first just want to say thank you for inviting me. I had a great time. And I just want to say to anyone out there that it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, that if you want to, it's what you want, not what anyone else wants. It's your life. You should be controlling it. You shouldn't be letting anyone else control it for you. So if you want to do it, strive, push. It's about you.
Well said. I think that wraps it up. Fantastic conversation. Hope everyone's doing this. Come on, panelists. Let me see a little. There we go. Yay. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Carry this inspiration with you the rest of your day and into all of your future days. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support of Youth Solutions. And thank you for helping us work with these phenomenal young people. these young adults who are our future. And to our young folks, thank you. You are an inspiration. Have a wonderful rest of your day.